Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we will be talking about Fernando Alonso, the former F1 driver that will be coming back next season, signing for Renault, as it's currently known, but it's going to be known as Alpine next year. And we're basically going to be taking a look at the schedule for Formula 1 coming next year and my predictions on what is going to happen to Fernando Alonso in the 2021 season, because as we all remember, the last time Fernando Alonso was in Formula 1, Fernando Alonso wasn't really happy with the team he was. That's because he was with the McLaren Honda at the time. And yeah, let's just say that relationship did not go well with Fernando. Fernando kind of ruined his relationship at all, any possible relationship with Honda, the way he was acting in that team. And I mean, if you look at Fernando, you can really understand it, because Fernando is a former two-time F1 champion. I'd probably say Fernando is one of the greatest F1 drivers of all time, because the way he can drive a car and pit that car up during a season, during a race, it's just unbelievable. And I really love Fernando Alonso. That's why Fernando Alonso is my favorite driver in F1. So I'm gonna try and be biased during this prediction, but I'm actually not gonna be biased, because you can't really predict anything in F1, because look what happened this weekend. Lewis Hamilton has tested positive for COVID-19, and Lewis Hamilton will be missing the Sakir Grand Prix. And the guy that replaces him, I just want to say this before I get into Fernando Alonso. If the guy that replaces Hamilton ends up going on and wins the race, and Bottas can't win the race, Bottas should not be in the Mercedes seat. Because if a replacement, I've heard rumors that could be George Russell. If George Russell gets in that Mercedes seat, goes on, dominates Q1, dominates Q2, dominates Q3, gets the pole, and goes on to win this race, Valtteri Bottas cannot be in that seat. Because if you let someone that's just come in for one race come in and beat you in a race, yeah, you can't be in the Mercedes seat, especially considering your teammate was Lewis Hamilton. Now, you can't beat Lewis Hamilton, but now that Lewis Hamilton's not in the car, you can't beat him anyway. Then that just proves that you can't really beat Lewis Hamilton at all. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at the schedule for Formula 1 coming in 2021. So, the first race of the Formula 1 schedule is going to be at Australia. Nothing changes there. Then it's going to be Bahrain and China, so nothing really changed. This is the schedule for this year before the whole COVID thing changed. And a lot of races got canceled, obviously. The fourth race is to be chosen, because the fourth race, I think the fourth race this year was actually supposed to be Zandvoort or Vietnam, and they actually canceled that race, obviously, due to the whole situation going on, the whole pandemic going on. So now the fourth race is to be chosen. Zandvoort's been moved further down in the calendar, I guess, in an opportunity to have, to save the race and actually have a race there at Netherlands. And we all know we're going to see a whole bunch of Max Verstappen fans next year, so that's going to be very, very exciting. But the fourth race, what are the options of what they're going to do with the fourth race? Vietnam, I've heard or I've seen, is probably not going to be coming back on the F1. It's probably not going to be coming back on the F1 schedule for next year, possibly 2022. We'll see what happens with that. But after the fourth race, we have Spain that's being used to the fifth race, Monaco being the sixth race, Baku after Monaco, Canada, France, Austria, Britain, and Hungary, so nothing really changed about that. I mean, this year they did bring back the German Grand Prix, which used to be in between Bern and Hungary, but that really didn't change. And after Hungary, of course, after the break, you have Spa. But then, this is interesting, because usually after the break, once they get to Spa, the next week after that is usually the the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. But this is where things have changed, because Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix, will be taking place right after Spa. Then we go to Monza, but after Monza we usually go to Singapore, but this time we don't go to Singapore, we go to Russia, which I don't really think should be on the F1 schedule, because that race doesn't really seem that much exciting for me, because I've watched the Russian Grand Prix, and it produces some good moments. I mean, it produced the Kvyat torpedo meme. So, but after that, yeah. So after Russia, we have Singapore, we have Japan, we have USA, we have Mexico, we have Brazil. But the second to last race, as you guys have just heard me say that, it's not going to be Brazil. It's actually going to be Saudi Arabia. It's going to be a new track for F1. And really, it's going to be a street circuit, so we'll have to see how that's going to go down and everything like that. But if you want my honest opinion with Saudi, I don't really know how this is going to go down because I mean, when it comes to the last race of the season, as you guys probably already know, I haven't even mentioned Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the last race of the season, so you don't really have to go that far for the last 2 races. So yeah, when it comes to Saudi Arabia, I really have no idea what's going to come to that, and then Abu Dhabi being the final race. Looking at the schedule, there's a few tracks that Fernando Alonso, of course, has not raced at yet because he did not race this season, but he retired this season before. He did not race in Zandvoort. He has not raced at Saudi, obviously, because Saudi is the most newest track in F1. And besides that, he's raced at every other circuit, and he's raced pretty good these circuits. The one track I'd probably say put Fernando in a good spot. Put Fernando if that Alpine racing car is really, really good next year. I wouldn't say on the level of Mercedes, Red Bull, or Ferrari next year, of course. Well, Ferrari been absolutely crap this year. But if it's close, if it's like the 4th best team or 3rd best team, put Fernando in that Spanish Grand Prix. Spanish Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso's home race. Put Fernando in the Alpine car. Fernando's going to get you a podium or with an outside shot of a win. Which other track do I give Fernando a good shot at? What is Renault really good at? What has Renault really been performing at? They don't really have the power. So you gotta look at the technical abilities. So I look at Singapore. I would probably even say look at Japan or even Monaco because Fernando Alonso knows how to get the car up in Monaco. So Fernando Alonso is probably gonna have a decent next season. But in terms of, you gotta look at the drivers' lineups for next year. You gotta look at Ferrari, get back on where they're supposed to be from this year. Then Fernando, I really want to say this. I really want to say Fernando can finish top 5 in the standings. But the Alpine car is just not really good when it comes to the next year. I'm gonna say Fernando Alonso is at least gonna finish 10th in the standings, probably top 8 in the standings because. If Fernando finished anywhere worse than top 8 or top 10 in the standings, then that's a disappointing season for Fernando Alonso, and that's not what he wanted to do when he comes back. He's back at the team where he won his 2 world championships. This is the 3rd time he's been with Renault. The first 2, obviously, he won the 2 titles. The 2nd time did not go as well, and this time, the 3rd time, we'll have to see when it comes to next year how Fernando Alonso's going to perform. But taking a look at the F1 schedule, this is going to look a bit differently. I mean, the first 3 races are not really going to change. Australia, Bahrain, and China, so that's not really going to change. Spain, Monaco, Baku, not really going to change. Canada, France, Austria, Britain, Hungary, not going to change. But that second half of the schedule, Spa, then Zandvoort, that's different. Monza, then Russia, that's different. Singapore, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and then differently, it's going to be Saudi Arabia, and then, of course, you have the final race in Abu Dhabi. It's going to be an interesting season. I really hope Fernando Alonso does have a very good season. I really hope he does finish top 5 in the standings. But if you guys ask me for my opinion on what I think is going to happen for Fernando Alonso coming next season, Fernando Alonso will probably finish top 8 in the standings, and that's how it'll probably be. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please just smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications so you know when my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.